Hi there, and welcome back to English Coffee Corner. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's learn some English together. I'm your host, and today we're going to learn a very useful language function, making suggestions. By the end of this video, you'll be able to suggest ideas to your friends, your coworkers, or your family, naturally and politely, in English. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about what a suggestion is. A suggestion is when you give someone an idea about what to do. It's not an order, it's not a command, it's just an idea, a friendly idea. For example, imagine your friend says, "I'm so tired today." You might say, "Why don't you take a break?" That is a suggestion. Today, I'm going to teach you 5 common ways to make suggestions in English. Let's go through them one by one. Number 1, why don't we? Or why don't you? This is one of the most common ways to make a suggestion. We use the base form of the verb after it. No to, no ing. Listen to these examples. Why don't we go to the beach this weekend? Why don't you ask your teacher for help? Why don't we order pizza tonight? Notice the structure. Why don't, plus subject, plus base verb. This phrase is friendly and casual. You can use it with friends, family, or classmates. Try saying this one with me. Why don't we watch a movie? Great job. Number 2, how about and what about? These two are very similar, and they're super common in everyday conversation. But there's a small grammar difference to remember. After how about or what about, we use a noun or a verb plus ing. Listen carefully. How about a cup of tea? That's a noun. How about going for a walk? That's verb plus ing. What about calling him tomorrow? What about some coffee? So remember, how about, what about, plus noun or verb ing. This structure is great for quick, casual suggestions, especially when you're talking with friends. Now you try. How about trying a new restaurant? Nice. Number 3, let's. This one is short, simple, and very useful. We use let's when we are including ourselves in the suggestion, meaning I want to do this together with you. The structure is let's plus base verb. Examples. Let's take a break. Let's study together tonight. Let's try that new coffee shop downtown. Notice, let's is actually short for let us, but in modern English, we almost always say let's. This is probably the most common way native speakers suggest doing something together. Try this sentence. Let's practice English every day. Perfect. Number 4, you could and you might want to. These are a little softer and more polite. We often use them when giving advice or suggestions to someone, especially if we don't want to sound too direct. Examples. You could try calling customer service. You might want to bring an umbrella. It looks like rain. You could ask your manager for more time. This structure is especially useful in professional or polite situations. For example, talking to a coworker, a stranger, or someone older than you. Let's try, you could take the earlier train. Wonderful. And finally, number 5, shall we? This one is a little more formal and very common in British English. We use it to suggest doing something together, often when we're already with the person. Examples. Shall we go now? Shall we order some food? Shall we begin the meeting? You'll hear this a lot in polite, everyday British conversation. One more time. Shall we start? Excellent. Okay, let's review everything we learned today. Here are our 5 ways to make suggestions. 1, why don't we, or you, plus base verb. 2, how about or what about plus noun or verb ing. 3. Let's plus base verb. 4. You could or you might want to plus base verb. 5. Shall we plus base verb. 5 different structures, 5 different situations, but all with the same purpose, giving someone a friendly idea. Now, let's put this into a real conversation. Listen to this short dialogue between 2 friends, Sarah and Ollie. I'm so bored today. There's nothing to do. Why don't we go to the park? Maybe. It's a bit cold outside, though. How about watching a movie instead? That sounds better. Let's do that. Great. Shall we order some snacks, too? Yes. You could order some popcorn, and I'll get the drinks.
Did you notice? In just a few lines, Sarah and Ollie used 4 different suggestion structures naturally in a real conversation. This is exactly how native speakers talk, mixing different structures depending on the moment. Now it's your turn to practice. I'm going to give you a situation. Pause the video and try to make a suggestion using one of the structures we learned. Here's your situation. Your friend says, I have a headache. What would you suggest? Maybe you said, why don't you rest for a while? Or, you could take some medicine. Both are correct. Remember, there's often more than one good way to say the same thing in English. Gently cautionary. Before we finish, let's quickly look at 2 common mistakes learners make with this topic. Mistake number 1, saying, why don't we to go? Correcting, firm but kind. Remember, no to after why don't we, just the base verb. Why don't we go? Mistake number 2, saying, how about to eat? Correcting, after how about, we use a noun or verb plus ing, never to. How about eating? Keep these small rules in mind, and your suggestions will sound much more natural. All right, let's wrap up today's lesson. Today, you learned how to make suggestions in English using 5 useful structures. Why don't we, or you? How about, or what about? Let's, you could, or you might want to, and shall we? These phrases will help you sound more natural, more confident, and more fluent in everyday English conversations.
Here's your homework for today. In the comments below, write one suggestion using any of the structures we learned. For example, suggest something to do this weekend, or suggest a solution to a small problem. I'll be reading your comments, so don't be shy. Practice makes progress. If you found this lesson helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to English Coffee Corner for more simple, practical English lessons every week. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Keep practicing, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care and happy learning.